Okay, this should be the final part of this this I won't say tutorial, maybe more like an overview of how I do some of my works. Uh, these various options. Yeah, I click on color correct. You have these various options here. Yeah, you have saturation, contrast, gamma, gain, mostly the same that you have with color correcting in Photoshop. So from here you can go in and try to match like what I'm doing now is increasing or reducing the saturation. You can go in and try to match the color saturation of images in our scene. There's no really specific way of doing this. It's just mostly a back and forth process till you get exactly what you want. As you can see, some settings are not really that good, so you can just keep playing around with some of these settings, adding grain, color correcting, like the general image to have a more like composited look and feel. So it's more from this stage on, it's more artistic and based on the artist himself. Yeah, it's just a matter of using your eye now to try and match like the warmth and the feel of the backplate to your model, so it feels more integrated into the shot. um I'm going to be spending the remaining of the time to just show you guys the nodes I have here, which I'm going to be using. Since I've created this already, all I have to do is plug in my images, take my viewer, plug in my viewer. I'm sorry, sometimes the application can be really difficult to work with. So plug in my viewer. Now let's fix this weird thing going on here, and it has to do with our ambient occlusion. So I can take this and delete it. Plug in our new ambient occlusion. As you can see, that has been fixed. Then our shadow also. Plug in our shadows. Okay, where's our shadows? Drag here. Oh, okay. So our shadows, like I said, goes in to the top. You can merge that here. Enable, disable. So that's our shadow. So now I think our shadow is looking way too dark right now. So you can bring it down a notch. Then I think our ambient occlusion compared to this, I think it's still a bit too dark. You can just tone it down a bit. Yeah, I just try to match exactly what we have here, but the shadows here are not as dark as that on our boss. So I'm just trying to match that. So if we look at our shadow, I think there's a little bit spill on the downfall itself, and what we can do is to just roto that out. Roto is a way of just cutting out certain parts of your image you don't want. So if I click on a roto node and create a new roto, I can just create an outline at the outermost part of this tricycle. What I'm doing is cutting out anything I don't want. So I don't want some of these shadows to be affecting this. So when that is created, I can apply a pre-multiply. Pre-multiply is basically used to correct any color related issue with our roto. So I can come in here and drag that. What I'm doing is inverting. I'm inverting. So if we were to cancel that now and go to our roto and disable, you can see the difference. You can see, look at the color, you can see the difference. The shadow was casting on this, but now with the roto I told the application not to cut the shadow at this particular edge. So now the shadow of the bus is not cast on the tricycle, which is supposed to be what is right. So basically, looking at my node view, I have my shadows, which comes in first. Secondly, I have these guys here. This guy is just an image of a guy that I did a roto on. I rotoed out this. I rotoed out. I'm sorry about that. I create a roto and cut out this particular element, then pre-multiplied and used a transform node. The transform node was used to move. It was used to move the guy, and as you can see, is a little bit off since the position of our bus has been changed. So what I'll do is now use the transform node by double clicking. I can use that to move the driver now into place. Move the driver into place. I think it should be a bit down, and now it's more visible on our bus. To fix that, we'll go back to the roto node and just adjust our roto to match the edge of the front part of the bus. That should fix that. Okay, you can just move all this up to the side. So I think, yeah, that should be fixed. It's actually looking weird, yeah, for some reason, since the perspective I've changed. It's looking weird. What we can do is just tone this down even more, and I'm thinking maybe we reduce the size of this guy, the scale, but it's still looking a bit big. Yeah, so now we can move him up. Okay. I think it's better that way. Then do the same for these guys here. Go to the transform node of these guys and move them in the bus, so they appear to be in the bus, I guess. So that's basically it. That's basically all we need to do. So This should be our final image.